Hello, everyone. So, today I thought I'd come here to talk about something that's come up quite a bit in session these past few weeks. And this is a situation that involves the following: it involves those of us who have a friend, a relative, or just a loved one who is stuck in a toxic or abusive relationship. We're talking about that person in our life who has a partner who can be disrespectful, dishonest, unfaithful, maybe someone who constantly tends to invalidate our friend or our loved one, someone that is always engaging in a certain pattern, always hurting them, disrespecting them. Maybe there's a bit of abuse, a bit of control, manipulation, or even physical violence going on. And even though the relationship is clearly unhealthy, clearly unsafe, our loved one goes back to them time and time again. There's a cycle of breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, so on and so forth. It's a cycle that goes on longer than it needs to, and we see the effect it has on our friend or our loved one. We see how much it's destroying them internally, but they keep on going back to this person. So, as someone on the sidelines of this, someone that is seeing this take place, seeing this happen, it's tough. It's something that takes a toll on us. It's something that makes us think for a moment. How do I help my friend? How do I help my loved one? How do I save them from this? And it can be really, it can feel very hopeless to feel like there's nothing you can do. As someone who has been doing this for the past 11 years approximately, someone who has worked with these individuals one on one, I want to share some words of wisdom, some words of insight into the situation and what to do. But first off, I need to be very honest and very transparent here. We need to realize that there isn't much we can do except for be a shoulder to cry on, a shoulder for support, a place of safety, and that's it. We're here to listen, we're here to support our friends, but we can't save them and we can't do anything to fix them and their relationship. There's a certain group of people out there, a certain type of client who, no matter how much support we give them, how much guidance we provide, how much we arm them with tools and help them establish boundaries and stand up for themselves and save themselves, it just doesn't go in. They just do not let it in. They can't metabolize it. They can't absorb it. There is just this inability to receive these tools and this information. And when we're working with these people, we simply have to take a step back. We have to realize that, hey, this is what I can support them through. This is how I can give them the support. And it's up to them to do the rest. At the end of the day, people need to save themselves. We can't save them. No social worker, no therapist, no healer can save these individuals. It's up to them to save themselves. The interesting thing is that as humans, we sometimes choose to learn through pain. When the universe is sending us messages, when our friends are telling us to do this or do that, when a professional tells us to do this or they guide us towards something and we're just not able to go there, the only option is pain. So what ends up happening is that a person will keep on going to that person, the partner that they're with. They'll go back to them time and time again, and it'll get to a place where they will reach a state of so much agony and so much profound emotional pain that only then will they be able to say, this hurts too much. I can't keep doing this to myself. And they save themselves. People have a very interesting tolerance point when it comes to this concept of emotional pain. Some people can do this to themselves for a few months and then they tap out. Some people can go on for years. Some people are very uh, impressive when it comes to this sort of pain. But eventually we have to wait for them to get to that tolerance point. They really have to get to the very edge of that limit until they realize that they don't have the bandwidth or the energy or the 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 ability to go forward and do it once again, to repeat the cycle yet again. It can be very discouraging and it can be very hard to watch this happen, but it is the only way that people can save themselves. They have to reach that limit and that tolerance point of pain to actually do the work, to actually be receptive of the work. If your friends, your loved one, your relative is in this cycle, it's important to lower expectations about what you can do and how you can show up for them. It's important to tune into yourself and know how you can best show up for them, to be with them, but also not lose yourself in the process. And it's also important that we have healthy boundaries. Realize that you can't be available for them 24/7. Understand and know that you cannot be saving them or answering every call, answering every text, or being there every single time. We have to worry about ourselves in this process. So we need to have healthy boundaries and know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Sometimes by trying to help someone and in such an involved way, we might actually be enabling something, or we might actually be slowing down the process. It's okay to have boundaries. It can be a show of love to say, I can only take this much, I can't take on more, and having them do the work to process that or to find resources to help them with that. It's very healthy to know that you don't have the bandwidth to hear another story about a breakup, about a fight, about a disagreement. It's okay to say, I don't have it in me to support you with this, but I can help you with XYZ. Or I'm not available right now, but I am available next week, just as an example. We have to be aware of our limits and what we are able to give and able to show up as. By not being so available, by not being so willing to help no matter what, we keep ourselves safe, but then we leave it up to them to find some way to relieve the emotions that they're experiencing, or maybe find resources somewhere else to help themselves, where it's not all on you or another person involved. So I know how frustrating this is, and I know how hurtful it is to watch a loved one hurt themselves time and time again. But as I said before, when we're dealing with these situations, we need to wait for them to reach that tolerance point, to reach that dead end where they say, this hurts way too much and I need to save myself now. I have no other choice. I can't keep doing this. So with this said, I hope that this video and this message served you, that it gave you some insights. You're not alone. Collectively, so many people are experiencing what you're experiencing. There's only so much we can do in these situations, and there's a great power knowing what we can do, what we can't do, and seeing what's within our control and what is not. So with that said, don't forget to worry about yourself. Don't forget to attend to you and how you're feeling, or how these situations make you feel, and make decisions based on that. Have a great day.